forget, work on installing your game plan prior to this week's matchup.
Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Throwing on first down is Brady. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's Brady. And incomplete here on third down.
Granted, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Breaks a tackle. Oh, and breaks another. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. So the Broncos coming out now. To throw is Brady. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
His throw incomplete. Now that's twice now already in this first quarter that he's been able to knock a ball away.
They're going to need that from him and plenty more if they want to slow down this passing game. Thus far, though, he's been a ball magnet.
Here we go.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Fielded at the 33. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. Looks to be right around the 40. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
And he's going to get this inside the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Into the red zone, it's Brady. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target. With a little over 2 minutes to play in the second quarter, the offense gets ready to take over. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. Brady now on first down. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Looking back to the air on second down. It's Brady. Caught here by Griffin. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. A reminder coming up at halftime. Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before that. Going right side here, and that's complete. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And he fires one incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a fourth down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, pass the sticks, first down. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now Brady. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at third and a few inches. Throwing now is Brady. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Brady to throw for it on fourth down. Throw left side complete. It's Olsen. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Brady now on first down. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. A very solid gain of 27. Again, it's Brady. Dancing to his left. And the Denver Broncos are in for 6.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the third quarter. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On first down, Brady. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On first down, Brady. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, he does have one touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him first and goal, but you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a second time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Second down, the ball on the 2 here, second and goal. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Brady now on third and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Now whistles and a timeout signaled here by the offense. Now following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. The last possession, he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 46 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them. Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes,
and this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And on that last catch, Charles, he tops the 150-yard mark. It's one thing when your wideout gets that. When your tight end gets it, it's quite another.
We keep seeing the evolution of that position.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. And coming out now, the Broncos. Getting down to the end here, they have a two-score lead. Barely, but it's a two-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Going to give this time to the tailback, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. And another timeout taken by the Colts. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. So the Broncos coming out now. Now Brady, they're in a good spot. Two-possession game, barely, but a two-possession game here late. Now they just have to put this game on ice.
Let's face it, right now, they're talking about ball security, taking care of it, not allowing anything crazy to happen, because we've seen nutty things happen down the stretch, but they also have the security of the scoreboard. With that type of...
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Broncos, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another home date next week as the...
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Make sure your squad's ready to fire on all cylinders by prepping this week's game plan. Before this week's game, make sure to install your game plan.
Everyone, I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Throwing on first down. Brady. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got him in. Complete. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's going to fire one deep over the middle and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. On first and 10, Brady. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Now Brady on the bootleg. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Raiders will take over now first and 10. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. Here's Brady to throw. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. On second down, here's Brady. Over the middle, complete. It's Griffin. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On first down, Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
To throw, it's Brady. And he comes back with one complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his third catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. Brady now to throw. He's going to fight. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Throwing on first down. Brady going to throw right side here. Complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Brony sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep and curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Brady. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll take over inside the 45. Taking a look at what's going on in KC. And the Chiefs have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus.
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to stay with it.
That's true.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So we are in the second quarter now as the offense gets set to take over. They've got it 1st and 10. The final shot before half for Brady. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Griffin. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. And before we could even hear from Larry, we're back and ready to go in Week 5. Fairly short kick taken at the 14 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there.
And the Raiders have got him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here we go on 4th down now with Brady. And he finds his man Griffin. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they get 28 yards on that one. And it'll be good for a Denver first down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even...
Third quarter action, and this offense will have a 1st and 10 as they get set for the next drive. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Brady going to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Griffin. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now Brady. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. 23 yards on the play. And now the offense operates in the red zone. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And coming out now, the Broncos. Here's Brady. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Griffin. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. So the Broncos coming out now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To throw is Brady. He's to the 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 22. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. Brady's going to sneak it. And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And Brady will sneak it. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. Brady going to throw here. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And he rifles one incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And this one is right through. A 4th quarter score. Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these 2 teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust it?
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Get ahead on your preparations for this week's game by setting up your game plan.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The numbers for Freeman a week ago. 16 carries, 108 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on them.
That one, 28 yards on the ground. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 11 yards and time and a new set of downs. This is Freeman. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on the play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop.
So 2nd quarter, this offense losing and hoping to get the football in the end zone for the first time. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board.
And now it's this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And right with it here over the middle. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. On second down, here's Mahomes. And left side here, it's Graham. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Yeah, thank you. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoid.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. And a little time left on the clock. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Mahomes going to throw. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Mahomes now on 1st down. Dotson with a grab over the middle. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got it 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And
he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Devontae Freeman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. It'll be a 1st and 10 coming up as this offense takes over possession of the football in the 3rd quarter. So here come the Lions now. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be?
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And this one is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me. Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And able to find Graham, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right, safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver. When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Graham. And he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Josh Doxson, his first touchdown on the year. Late stages of the game here in the fourth quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And that's off the mark, incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Got a man, it's right. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a
oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and nothing but daylight ahead. The 30, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Complete to right. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Mahomes now to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Finding some room at midfield. Wide open receiver complete. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back.
Let's go!
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they'll indeed take a knee. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. The Lions on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Let's go! Green 39!
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So a good kick that time. The fourth quarter score now from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh.
Before we go any further, make sure to install your game plan for your upcoming matchup. Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Don't forget, work on installing your game plan prior to this week's matchup. Make sure your squad's ready to fire on all cylinders by prepping this week's game plan. Before this week's game, make sure to install your game plan. Get ahead on your preparations for this week's game by setting up your game plan. Before we go any further, make sure to install your game plan for your upcoming matchup. Kick off your week by installing your game plan. Don't forget, work on installing your game plan prior to this week's matchup. Make sure your squad's ready to fire on all cylinders by prepping this week's game plan. Before this week's game, make sure to install your game plan. Get ahead on your preparations for this week's game by setting up your game plan. Before we go any further, make sure to install your game plan for your upcoming matchup. Kick off your week by installing your game plan. This is the last opportunity to resign your players, or they will become free agents. combine stats such as the 40-yard dash are now available in scouting. Check it out.
Redskins are now on the clock. Let's go to Adam Schefter now. He's got more to say about the Redskins' latest pick.
He's a Heisman-winning defender. Let me say that one more.
The Bears are now on the clock. Let's go to Schefter now with more to say on Smith.
He's been the subject of a fair amount of controversy after a mediocre season that culminated with one of the most impressive final games a defensive lineman has ever enjoyed. Critics claim he was the beneficiary of a tired offensive line, while his proponents cite an incredible swim and rip move that complement a powerful bull rush as the recipe to his success. If he struggles in the NFL and proves his critics right, it'll be interesting to see how much patience his new team has to watch him develop before moving in a different direction.
All right, let's go to Adam Schefter, who's got more on this pick.
The importance of a lockdown pass defender cannot...
The Colts are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. Now that he's just been picked, Adam, what can you tell us about Sherman?
He had one of the worst pro days you could have for a defensive lineman. One coach put him through a series of drills, but halfway through you could clearly see him beginning to tire. According to Matt Miller, he looked considerably tired in the second half of the day and took frequent breaks. At the moment, he doesn't look like an every down lineman. He's really going to need to work on his conditioning to make it through an entire NFL season.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Titans pick. Let's go to Adam with more on Harrison.
He's the definition of a balanced tight end that can bolster this team.
Let's go to Adam Schefter now, who's got more to say about the Lions' latest pick.
His final season in school came to an end early when he was dismissed from the team after missing several practices. I wasn't able to find out.
Chargers have just picked up Baxter, who will not bark twice if he's in Milwaukee. Adam, what more can you tell us about him?
He's a very athletic defensive back, but if you watch his combine tape, you'll see why he's on defense and not a receiver. During the pass reaction drills at Indy, he had a hard time hauling in any of the passes thrown his way. Some passes he bobbled, some passes he missed by a fingertip, and at least one pass he flat dropped. He may be able to make a play on the ball with his agility.
The Bears are now on the clock. very own Adam Schefter has more to say about this pick.
A torn Achilles tendon almost dashed his NFL dreams, but through pure determination and will, he found a way to rehab and impress scouts at the Combine. He was able to make strong cuts and doesn't look as if he's lost any speed as a result of the injury. Even with the success he's currently enjoying, there's significant concern about him doing too much, too fast. Count on this training staff continuing his rehab to make sure he's at
The Buccaneers are now on the clock. Eagles have made their selection. For more about him, let's go to Adam Schefter.
Nobody really knew about him until he was asked to fill in at the All-Star game for an injured player. He came to the first practice, and from that moment on, he was the center of attention. He played lights out and looked to handle himself really well, matched up against top-tier talent. He stole the show and left the All-Star game shooting up draft boards around the league. The coach is going to love having a guy like him on the team, and I can't wait to see what he does when the season rolls around.
The Bears are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock.